story is a story about how I became an Auntie Wissa, which is probably my favorite role of my life. Is at this time of my life is being an auntie. My sister and my brother both are younger than me. I am not married. I do not have any kids. And several years ago, my sister and my brother-in-law um, ended up taking in one of her friends. Her friend was in a different time of life, was kind of struggling, and she had two children. They're very small. And at this time, I was away on missions. I was on a trip somewhere overseas, and my sister started to post these pictures of these two little kids. One of them was two, my nephew and my niece. And I would see them, and she would send pictures to me, and she would say, this is your nephew and this is your niece. And I'm like, wait a second, wait a second, wait a second. Like, did you adopt kids? Like, what happened? And she told me the story, oh, my friend, she moved in with me and we're just helping her out in this time. And so I'm watching the kids a lot. And I've just told them that you are their aunt. And I was kind of taken back by that because at this point in time, neither my sister nor my brother had children. So I've never been an aunt before, and suddenly I'm being told I'm an aunt to these two little buggers, these two little kids. Eventually, I come home, and my sister tells me, I want you to meet them, I want you to meet them. So I come home, and I said to my sister, okay, they can call me Aunt Alyssa. Alyssa is my first name. They can call me Aunt Alyssa. And she said, well, they've been calling you something different. I come home, I've traveled home to visit my family for a couple weeks, and I am at my grandparents' house, and my family's coming over, and I'm seeing them, seeing my parents. I haven't seen them in, months at this point. And my sister comes with my brother-in-law, and she comes with these two kids. And so I stand up to go into the kitchen, and the boy, who's a 2-year-old at the time, comes running through the kitchen. And he's like, Auntie Wissa, Auntie Wissa, it's so good to see you. When I tell you, my heart just, you know that part of the Grinch, like the Grinch that stole Christmas, when his heart grows like 3 times or 5 times or whatever that day. That's how it felt, except my heart wasn't really small. It was already really big, and suddenly it was bigger. And there was space in my heart for these two little humans that I had never met before, but suddenly would do anything for. It was the cutest thing I've ever experienced in my life up until that moment. I was like, okay, Auntie Wissa. Any child at this point, like all my nieces and nephews, they're gonna call me Auntie Wissa. Time goes on, they grow up. My sister has her first child, and all of them are calling me Auntie Wissa. This is becomes like a normal staple. In fact, people stop using my name altogether and they just start calling me Auntie Wissa. Time goes on, and there's this year where I ended up leading this outreach team that had like 11 kids on the team. We're going to Romania, and instead of them all calling me team leader or something like that, which no one ever would, they would just call me Alyssa. All of the adults introduced me to the kids as Auntie Wissa. Like all of my friends decided, let's tell the kids that she's Auntie Wissa. So then all these kids started calling me Auntie Wissa. And then all these adults started calling me Auntie Wissa. And suddenly I realized I'm being introduced in Romania to people I've never met before as Auntie Wissa. They don't even know my name. They just know me as Auntie Wissa. That's kind of become a part of who I am. It is who I am to an extent. I am an aunt, and so therefore I am Auntie Wissa, but also I'm like everyone's favorite aunt now. And I've become an Auntie Wissa to so many more than just my blood nieces and nephews, but my friends' kids, kids of those that I meet, even just people around the world now call me Auntie Wissa. And honestly, it is like the greatest gift in the world. It is one of the coolest things I think about my life is just being an auntie. I love going on little auntie dates with my nieces and nephews and with my friends' kids. And I love that that's what people call me. I love that my friends will see me after I haven't seen them for a while and be like, Auntie Wissa. I just think it's so much fun. And so that's a large reason why I wanted to use that as my name, because I am an Auntie Wissa, and yeah, as I've said in my intro video, if you haven't watched that, please go take a look at that. But yeah, my life and these stories come. My inspiration for telling these stories comes from being an aunt. That's all I got for today. Thank you for joining in on Storytime with Auntie Wissa, and yeah, I'll see you soon.